Hi all, today we're going to be talking about meal planning and budgeting, and by the end of this lesson the learner will demonstrate an analysis and evaluation of meal planning and budgeting by identifying sound financial choices when grocery shopping and creating a week-long meal plan within a budget. So the things that you should be able to do by the end of this lesson are going to have goals put to them. So your goals should be to plan healthy meals, look for recipes to support your planning, grocery shop online, and we're going to be using walmart.com because with any of those other sites they make you log in, and we don't need to have you logging in for this particular assignment, and we don't want you doing that anyway. We're also going to compare brands and prices for the best deals. That's that finding that unit cost like we did with our muffin lab. We're going to budget for those groceries. You're going to have a $100 budget, and then we're going to reflect on our decisions. So you're going to be able to reflect with your peers on the choices that they've made for their family of 4. So consumerism kind of brings all this together. And with consumerism, you may notice that as you watch TV, you will watch commercials that are trying to promote you to buy certain products. Well, with consumerism, it's kind of that modern movement for the protection of the consumer against useless, inferior, or dangerous products, misleading advertising, and unfair pricing. So along with those comes those generic brands versus name brands. Now they have both of them on the shelves. I'm going to let you watch the video, and then we are also going to try some generic versus name brand items within our classroom so that you can decide what you think about those two products. So why do we meal plan? We meal plan because it saves time. You won't have to run to the grocery store every day or night for food. And if you don't have a plan when you go to the grocery store, you tend to wander. And so when you wander, you usually don't save time, and then you spend a little bit more money. You will know what you need to be prepped for the meal, and then you'll prep it. So you'll save that time within your kitchen, and meals will get on the table faster. You can also plan for leftovers that way. Meal planning is also really helpful for your health. Eating at every meal is really unhealthy. When you go eat out places, they usually don't give you the right portion size of food. They give you more than the portion size. And then you'll have more control over your food choices if you're eating at home. If you were to run through McDonald's, you would have a choice of a hamburger, fries, and a drink. You might have a choice also for a salad or for milk or juice. But when you're at home, you have more choices, and you can go grocery shopping for all those choices that you have. It also saves on money, and it costs a lot of money to eat out, and it will help reduce that food waste. So when you save on, or when you are eating meals in your own home, you can save by using them as leftovers and then eating off of those. Planning tips: make sure that you have a budget. Because if you go to the grocery store with no budget, you might spend all the money that you need for other items all on your grocery bill. Look for recipes, because this is really helpful when you're trying to plan things out. So let's say you know that you're going to have spaghetti one night and tacos another night. You might be able to plan like how much hamburger or ground turkey or ground chicken that you're going to need, and maybe if you buy it a little bit more in bulk, you can get it at a cheaper price. Also, ask yourself, what do you like to eat? So it's not only what you like to eat, but also what the people that you're planning for like to eat. And by looking at recipes, that can kind of help you figure out what you guys are going to be eating. Maybe will help you from eating out less. Meal planning should definitely not be scary. Planning meals is the best fit your family and allows for a lot of flexibility. So, for instance, if you have a full week of meals planned out, you can switch things around. So, if like your sandwich that you're going to have on Monday night's not going to work, you can switch that to Thursday night. Whatever you're going to have Thursday night, you can have Monday night. But just making sure that you have all that food in your house so that you're able to prepare those meals and use all those helpful tips that we talked about above. So you're going to be actually planning out a meal for a family of 4. The first step is that you're going to plan your detailed meals for each day. For each of the meals, you have to have sides. It should be as healthy of foods as you can get. Try to get your food groups in, and you cannot repeat meals more than once. So they all need to be different meals. Step 2 is that you're going to fill out this table that's going to work with the link to walmart.com for groceries. And those items, you're going to have all the prices, how much of the item, and then if you're using those items, like if you're going to need more than 1 box of cereal, you're going to have to add up the 2 quantities or however many boxes of cereal that you bought. The last portion of that is going to be reflecting on your actual assignment. So if we kind of break down what the assignment's going to look like, I've given you some restrictions and I've also given you a rubric. So the restrictions are that you're planning for a family of 4. I want you to stay within a budget of $100. Yes, you can go over. Yes, you can go under. But I want you to try to stay right around that $100. If I just give you an infinite number, it's not going to create any discussion at the end of your lesson. So you can only have 1 prepared item on your meal plan. Prepared items are going to be things like your frozen lasagnas, your frozen pizzas, anything that you're going to find in that freezer section that's already made that you can just throw in the oven. Now, convenience items can be used throughout your meal planning. Convenience items are different because you're adding things like butter and salt and milk or whatever it is. So like macaroni and cheese or Hamburger Helper, those are all going to be okayed convenience items. Because if you were to have to make those, you would put like butter on your grocery list and you put salt on your grocery list or whatever it may be. You are not allowed to eat school lunch during this week, so you have to plan out 4 lunches for your whole family. There's no eating out at restaurants. No one can roll through McDonald's. Everybody has to eat off the meal plan and off the groceries that were bought in the house. You cannot eat meals more than 2 times. So let me explain that a little bit. Let's say you were going to have spaghetti on a Monday night. You may also eat spaghetti on Tuesday afternoon for lunch. Or you can wait and have a leftover night some night during the week. Maybe you have it on a Thursday night so you can use all your leftovers up and save money that way. You may not use ramen unless it is in a recipe. Ramen is really not healthy. It's not contributing any healthful factors. The only thing ramen is it's super cheap. And as you'll notice over in the meal planning and budgeting rubric, we have several things that we want to focus on. We want to plan on whole meals for a week, nutritious meals, and budgeting for those meals. We also want to focus on reflecting on all those items that we talked about as we were going through our muffin lab as far as smart shopping, money saving strategies, budget cutting strategies, and then also kind of comparing them to your partners. Like, what did your partner buy versus what you bought? So if you look at your rubric, you're going to notice that the highest scores are going to be in that 4 column. And I'm going to let you guys kind of read through that on your own. I would be very happy to answer any questions that you have for the assignment. You're going to find the assignment on Google Classroom. It will have a due date and a deadline date set for it. Again, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to email me or to get a hold of me over Google Classroom.